I mean, I think it's tequila specifically that I'm kind of over. Like, everybody wants to drop a tequila, and I'm tired.
But she said it don't make you make a
That's
shot
what they
face.
all say. What you think? George Clooney came out and said, "Mine makes you make the shot face." No, it's smooth. It's always smooth.
So we trying it?
Of course we are. Of course we are. But like, damn.
We're back.
We are.
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
How are you?
I'm good.
You really are.
Yeah, I'm here, alive in the flesh.
Oh my God. It feels so good to have you here.
It feels so good to be here.
We're back with another episode of Witcha Black Ads, and clearly we have some things to update the people on.
Clearly. I
mean, before we get into that, I think the last time we recorded was months ago.
Yeah, a handful of months ago.
How have you been?
I have been surviving.
Okay.
So, every time we take like a long break, which obviously this has been the longest.
Yeah.
We always say life has been lifing, but like life has been lifing and kind of, I mean, at least on my end, whipping my ass a little bit.
Oh, it's been lifing over here too. You're not alone on that island. I'm there with you.
Yeah. So
also life been lifing even before we went on the break. So that's part of like before we were doing a lot of audio only and things like that, trying to just make it work. But yeah, we back. We was like, nah. Yeah. We gotta get back to the.
Yeah. Before we went on the break, life was lifing. I think, we anticipated taking like a small break, if that. It was just like, we logged off the last call during the last episode, and it was just like, all right, talk to you in 2 weeks. We'll be back at it, and 2 weeks turned into the holidays, and
then we was like, oh, it's the holidays, we just pick back up. It just kept like feeling like the moment was right to take the break, I guess. Is that what you want to call it?
But I will say though that this break has been very helpful. Like we've heard what people thought about us going to like an audio only format and got some feedback there, what was working on social, what was working within the episodes. And I think we kind of have like a firm plan heading into what we're calling the new season.
Yeah. We have a firm plan. We've been able to take a step back and put our heads together and strategize like, okay, what does this look like? What is it going to mean for us? And yeah, I think we're moving into like a formal season format. So this could be considered season 3-ish,
sure.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's call it season 3-ish. So welcome to season 3-ish of Witcha Black Ads.
Yeah. Year 5, season 3.
Year 5. Wait a minute. All right. So this is our anniversary. Happy Black History.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Black History Month. Yeah.
We're recording this in Black History Month.
So this counts.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Also, cheers, Amadi. He's behind the camera. I'll drink to that. 5 black ash years.
5 black ash years. Do you remember like the first episode, recording the first episode, or just like that time period?
I do.
February 2020.
Yep. We recorded the first episode in person, like together.
We did.
In the studio.
Yeah, in an actual studio.
We were all excited. And then it was like, oh, world stop, literally.
Well, we didn't realize the world was about to stop. But it was
that's what I'm saying.
We'll just stay home for 2 weeks. Then it was, what the hell are we going to talk about? Because the only thing happening in the news is the pandemic.
Yeah. So it seems like since the time we started the inception of this podcast, it's just been constant, like shifts, change.
This is
life.
This
is life, I guess. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. What else we got?
Yeah. So like we said, we'll be moving to more of like a season format, right? So that helps us to kind of contain this thing and plan properly. You can expect some more interviews, I think, this season.
We're going to be bringing the heat with the people that's doing the things and hearing from them directly.
Exactly. Some more Black Ads history. I don't know how long you've been tuned in, but we got a couple of segments called Black Ads history that are deep in the archives if you can find them. But bringing that back and doing that a little bit more often, and then some of the same shit that you've been used to, above the fold.
Yes.
Guess that spokesperson.
Go on with your black ads.
Go on with your black ads.
Like, that ain't it.
Some other things woven in there too, but
all in all, we're happy to be back.
we are.
And very, very important news. We have distribution now.
We do. We have a distribution partnership.
Brum, 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 brum.
Shout out to the good people over there at 14th and Market.
Shout out to 14th and Market.
So more to come on what all that means, but
this is brought to you by 14th and Market.
Yeah. Stamp it, logo, boom.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm excited. So we are excited about that. So yeah. You ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
To season 3-ish of Witcha Black Ads, Above the Fold. What we got?
All right. So the first thing on the docket, as I'm sure you're aware, A$AP Rocky just beat his case. Yeah, congratulations to him.
Congrats.
Clap it up.
I mean, I hope, let's do it.
Hope they got it right.
All right.
But yeah, during that whole trial, he kept going kind of viral for his eyewear. And I think like the last day of the trial, in particular, the gold frames that he was wearing, someone probably like, what is it called? Outlander magazine, was able to figure out that he was wearing Ray-Bans, and throughout the whole trial, he was wearing Ray-Bans. And then that same day that the verdict came out, it was announced that he is the first creative director of Ray-Ban, which I thought was very risky of them.
Listen, it's high risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward for sure, because in such a moment, he's getting, he's able to beat the case, announce this Ray-Ban partnership, and they've been with him since like day one of the trial. But like that could have.
It could have. Like you when you go into that, you're either going into like, you have to be a genius. Like whoever came up with this strategy of like, he's on trial. We know they probably had it already. I'm assuming they had it already in the works.
But also, I think, like, yes, it was always in the works. And obviously this wouldn't have been announced, like, had he.
Right, correct.
I'm sure they worked with the media and all that kind of stuff and, like, pushed this out as soon as, like, he beat the case. But had he not beat the case, I don't think anybody would have cared about the eyewear, and it just would have went away and whatever. But I think that this is, it's an interesting take on, like, a brand partnership. Because usually when celebrities or spokespeople are in some kind of like hot water, no brand wants to touch them with a 10-foot pole. So for Ray-Ban to like stick with him throughout this whole thing, and then for it to pay off the way that it did, yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of discussions internally about like, are we doing the right thing? Is this the right way to go? So shout out to them and to him.
That makes me think, should there be more consideration for these types of things? Do you think it was the relationship that he had established with the brand that made them be like, let's see this through? Or do you think it happened to be a risk that this brand in this situation happened to take?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I also think it's like, the crime was kind of bad. Like, what is the crime though? There's certain people that is like, you might want to distance yourself in this situation, or less so in that situation.
So,
because let's just a hypothetical here.
Let's go.
Hypothetically, if a brand were working with, like, let's say a Tory Lanez,
a John Morant.
Oh no, that's different. No, I'm going like on the other extreme. Okay. Like with a Tory Lanez and stuck with him and he beat the case, would you? Like, that's such a polarizing case. You get what I'm saying? That, like, I don't think you win either way in that situation as a brand. But, like, no, John Morant, I mean, number one, he wasn't up for any like, criminal charges. So it made sense. Like, they flashed a couple
like John Morant
guns on Instagram. Like, who hasn't done that, right?
I know. It just so happens that he plays in the NBA.
Right. So.
Okay, I feel you. I just wanted to get your take on that. But yeah, I thought it was genius. I think it's genius. Are you here for him being the creative director though? Does that make sense?
I think it does. I think it makes more sense for him to be a creative director than Robert.
What do you mean then rapper? How you think it makes more sense for ASAP Rocky to be a creative director than a rapper?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna stick by that one. Name your favorite ASAP Rocky song. Okay. I rest my case.
Wow. Next question. What's your favorite one?
You gotta look it up.
He said
then
I got a favorite
not
one.
your
I
favorite.
gotta look it up though.
That's crazy.
I'm about to get in my ASAP Rocky bag.
Can you wait till I leave?
Wow, Janelle, that is like.
I mean,
at least you're a fan of something.
He has a couple of joints or whatever, but I think he is a more consistent. Sure.
Fashion killer.
Fashion killer. No, I think that might be a name of a song. Then he, and you didn't even do that on purpose. Then he is like a rapper and like putting out consistent bodies of music that I think the culture gravitates.
I'll take that.
Towards. Yeah.
I'll take that. Cool.
All
right. Staying in the same vein. Music.
Okay, I was like, what is the you got a different list than me. Your girl, Meg the Stallion, just dropped Tequila.
Say,
I ain't doing all that.
You do, or you guys say hotties?
Why?
Because we talking about Meg.
So for the hotties, she dropped a new tequila called I'm about to sound real.
You gotta just sing the song.
I don't know the song. I listened to it once. I didn't memorize that song.
Y'all hear the song.
You pronounce it. How you pronounce it? Tequila.
Chicas.
Chicas what?
Chicas.
Okay. So she has a new tequila, like everybody else, right?
Right.
Does this make sense? I mean, she is the hot girl coach.
She's gonna make it make sense.
Is she?
No, it doesn't make. First of all, I think Amadi, you said it, or did you say it?
What?
Why is it a tequila?
Yeah. Why is it a tequila?
And not that Megan the Stallion can't like tequila or hasn't historically liked tequila, but I think she was driving the boat with Doechii, Hennessy, cognac, something. Mm-hmm. It wasn't tequila, like in all those, just drive the boat. But I mean, does it make sense for any celeb that decides they want to drop a liquor brand?
I mean, I think it's tequila specifically that I'm kind of over. Like everybody wants to drop a tequila, and I'm tired.
But she said it don't make you make a
That's
shot
what they
face.
all say. What you think? George Clooney came out and said, "Mine makes you make the shot face." No, it's smooth. It's always smooth.
So we trying it?
Of course we are. Of course we are. But like, damn, how many since the beginning of time? I think the day after hip hop was founded was the first tequila partnership.
Mm-hmm. We got to find that. Like, when was the first tequila partnership?
I don't know. It's probably
but since that has happened, it literally has snowballed into.
Like, who does not have a tequila?
That's the better question to ask. Or a liquor, like a spirit liquor sponsorship.
But like, I'm not mad at a spirit, but like, do something. Like, can somebody come out with like a mezcal? Ooh, that's really mixing it up. If we're going to appropriate cultures, let's just go wild with it.
Don't A$AP Rocky got a
what?
He has a whiskey. Mercer and Prince.
Okay.
He has a whiskey.
But
it's Japanese. Isn't it Japanese inspired?
Of course.
So
of course it is.
We going over there.
Yeah. Are there any African spirits that we could like
tap into?
Right? There are.
There are?
Yeah, I'm sure. There has to be. I don't know for a fact, but I'm sure.
Okay. Well, we'll report back on that. I mean the branding is cute. The little spot was cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's cute.
I don't like the bottle. I'm gonna be honest.
I know why you don't like the bottle.
Why don't I like the bottle?
Because it makes you think about being in college and how you felt real like that girl when you had Nouveau. I knew that's what it was.
Shout out to my Nouveau face. Don't do that. Don't do that, Amadi.
You was feeling like this is like Nouveau-ish, and I'm beyond that.
Yeah, it is giving like starter liquor.
I feel that.
It's giving like back when we was drinking Andre and thought we was cute. You know, going to the liquor store before hitting the function. Got to get there before the Metro closes, you know.
Do you know the price point?
No.
I'm wondering who's the audience, who's the target audience? Like, who is it priced for?
21-year-olds, for sure. Probably.
I feel that.
Yeah. By the way, it's and that's exactly why I didn't say it. Because say it again. What is it? Amadi, come say that on the mic right quick.
Say it one more time.
Chicas divertidas.
Divertidas.
You sound nuts.
Divertidas.
Okay. You learn something new every day. All right. Thank you, Duolingo.
Right. Period. I think it's cute for her.
Yeah, sure.
It's cute.
It is cute, but I'm just tired of tequila. Like,
well, you might as well just play this clip for the next one that we get in a few months.
Okay, sure. Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no stopping this train. The tequila train.
Listen, Mexico, you got to fight back. Fight back, Mexico, please, for our sake. Next on the list, though, one of the things that has happened over the course of the however many months we've been away, the Asia Wilson announced her signature shoe release. So, I mean, I think we knew that she had signed with Nike and all that kind of stuff, but we finally gotten a glimpse of the shoe itself. And I believe a release date, right? May of this year. Yep. She did a whole like release moment with Issa Rae. I think she gave a little bit of the inspo behind the shoe itself. You know, her are they, aren't they boyfriend, maybe Bam Adebayo has been seen rocking the shoe. You know, shout out to the Heat or whatever. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Shout out to the Heat. But a couple of different colorways have been seen here and there between Dawn Staley and Bam. So
you getting a pair?
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Period.
Why not? They're fire. Maybe not the pink ones, but the white ones are cool. The black ones were cool too. You getting a pair?
I haven't thought about it.
Think about it now.
It's not priority on my list.
Okay.
We'll see.
And breaking news, Bronzy does not support women.
Oh, wow. No, that is not at all what is being heard.
I'm playing.
Also, I'm really happy for this signature shoe. Mm-hmm. And maybe this question is irrelevant, but why did it take so long?
Shit takes time. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that we get the A1.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
We're gonna get you a pair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know who else? Whose other signature shoe I like?
Who?
Coco Gauff's.
I don't even think I've seen it before.
They're called CG1s. Now she has CG2s. They're obviously tennis sneakers, but New Balance is doing right by her. And that's what I like to see. I like to see them recognize who the girl is and be like, oh, here it is. You should get them for, don't you play tennis now?
No.
You told me you'd be going down to the tennis.
In the summer.
So in the summer, you should get you a pair of CG1s too.
These are them?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna stick to
it's a basketball inspired shoe, tennis shoe, because her dad wanted her to play basketball. We're not supposed to be talking about Coco right now.
It always comes back to tennis.
It always does, some type of way.
I like this colorway more than that. This like green color.
Oh yeah, she has like several colorways.
Okay.
You don't have to get into it.
I don't know that I can say.
All right, let's stick with Nike. Let's stick with Nike.
They haven't failed me yet. Does Serena have a signature shoe?
As a part of her SWDC, Serena Williams design crew, but it's not like a signature tennis shoe. It's like a trainer. I'm not interested.
Well, I forgot y'all serious tennis players. I'm like, I'll be out there in like my Vomeros. Like, what's wrong with that?
That's never gonna work.
That's
for
what
us.
I'm like. That's like a serious tennis shoe.
Yeah.
I don't need all that. I need something I can take from the court to the street.
Okay. Okay. From the court to the street.
From the court to brunch, you know?
All right. Speaking of Nike, though, you can talk. You can talk about this one.
So you're not gonna say shit? You don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty big news in like the sports world, like brand world. Nike and Skims are partnering up for unclear. A collection, a capsule, maybe even a larger partnership than that. Yeah, and I know a lot of people ask, or it's been asked before, like, why do we talk so much about Skims? But like, technically, Skims is kind of like a little Black-owned-ish because of Emma Grede, who is a partner in all of this.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was very instrumental, I believe, in the deal and like all the business workings of Skims and all that kind of stuff. So like, not too much, I guess, on Skims being Black owned, and thus something that we would talk about on this platform.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm interested to see where this goes, if only because I want to see what my brain says those are competitors. Like Skims obviously is not as big of a competitor or as big of a threat to Nike, but for them to partner, I think
Nike sees the opportunity in the niche market that Skims has. I think Nike sees that Skims is tapping an audience that may not look too hard at Nike for what is Skims? Essentials? Like,
yeah, but I think they want to get more into like sports.
Yeah, and I hear Skims is a good product. I think Nike recognizes that. I can see the through line of why Nike would say, let's do a partnership.
Is this this feels like a very anti-Skims household. Am I accurate in that assumption?
Yeah.
So why? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kim.
Okay. But you had them Yeezy sock things shipped to my house though.
What does that have to do with Skims?
So how are you, but you were once a fan of, at that point, a fan of Kanye?
No, I was trying to come up on a couple dollars. I thought that I was going to be able to buy some $20 pods.
Get rich quick scheme.
Get rich quick scheme.
How'd that work
and
out
I was
for
going
you?
Not well at all. I still got 5 pairs of pods
Damn.
sitting in the closet.
You definitely can't offload those now.
Yeah, that was a bad investment on my part. Test and learn. Yeah. But
fair.
like in all seriousness, I do respect Kim, the Kardashians, Kris, the way that they have moved in business, whether right or wrong. Like we could go through a list of people that have done shady business, and I'm not even gonna say that what they've done is shady, but I respect how they've moved. I can't take that away from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I'm not a huge Skims girl. Myself, I might have a piece or two that were gifted or something. So, and I've definitely worn them.
Yeah.
I'm not anti, but
yeah,
I think a lot has. Well, I mean, I think another thing that we forgot to mention, in the upfront, as far as a lot of things have changed, not just in our personal lives and things like that, but just in society and in the country and stuff, and how certain people have moved during that time is, has informed a lot of my personal purchasing decisions and things of that nature. So,
and hence, me not being a fan of Kim. Yeah, just circling, bringing it all back, tying a bow around it.
Well, I get it.
Recently, there's been a new partnership with Nike.
Okay, now you could talk about this.
Yeah. Tyla has signed a deal, partnership. She's being sponsored. What do you call this?
I don't know.
Anyway, Tyla is now with Nike. Let's say that.
Yeah, she's with Nike.
And cute, but my question was, why? I don't understand. She's a dancer. I do understand that Nike is also.
Is it just that we don't we don't care about Tyla?
I like Tyla.
You do?
Yeah, Tyla.
They be doing too much with her sometimes. I'm just like.
They know. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I like her though. I like her music. I like what she brings.
So then,
I like
why
her
aren't you
work.
happy to see her get?
I just don't understand
like
the thesis of the look. Like, why is Nike tapping her for a partnership? Meanwhile, they're dropping athletes. Like, what are
So your take is like no person that's not an athlete should get a deal because like Nike's whole tagline is like if you got a body, you're an athlete.
No, because I think the Megan Thee Stallion's partnership makes sense.
Made
sense. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand, and maybe it's going to come to fruition how Tyla's makes sense. Also, I don't know if I can say that.
You can always bleep it out.
Well, I can say it. But what I'm saying is like, I feel like Tyla has come on the scene and everyone is looking for that it girl and giving her lots of opportunities where I feel like other people are deserving it.
Are you calling her an industry plant? Is that
yes,
what I heard?
I am. I do believe she's in this.
I agree.
But yeah, that's the only thing
comes
for
off a
me.
little
It just
plant.
feels a bit jarring. Like, why? I could be hating, we call it whatever you want, but it just feels like, why is...
Maybe I'm hating.
Maybe. I'm not afraid to admit that or say that. I just do want to understand.
I get what you're saying. I think like, okay, if we're going to give a Nike partnership to someone who is not a stereotypical athlete, mm-hmm. I can think of 10 names I would have given it to before
That's
Tyla.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
I was being nice.
You're a fan of this, right?
Don't be backpedaling now.
They're gasping.
I mean, I'm not a fan, but I don't have an issue with it.
Okay.
I don't see an issue. I see how it could make sense for her lifestyle and what she does. Like, she travels a lot from city to city. You want to wear comfortable clothing.
But everybody does. Every entertainer travels from city to city and wants to be comfortable. My thing is Tyla influential enough to get people to go and buy Nike? Do people want to be Tyla?
Young girls, they definitely do. I definitely think the younger girls, if you're talking about...
And you can't name 10 people that young girls want to be more like than Tyla?
In today's age. People in culture, music, art, and all of that. 10? No, I don't know if I can name 10. I don't know if I can name 10. I do think that Tyla has influence. I do think that Tyla has something.
I don't know a damn person she done influenced.
She has that same thing
No
that,
shade.
like when Rihanna came out. Rihanna put out her first single, and Rihanna was a superstar. She started getting deals everywhere. Now, she didn't get a Nike deal. That's fair. She didn't get a Nike deal. But she got deals that people who have been in the industry for years at that point hadn't probably gotten. Off of her, they have this sort of attraction that.
But I feel like girls want it to be Rihanna. I mean, and if you say there are girls out there that want to be like Tyla, I ain't met them. As a girl, as a woman myself.
What generation is that?
Is Tyla?
Is that Gen Z?
Maybe Gen Z.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she's a global superstar.
Is she a global superstar or is she just from South Africa?
She's a global superstar.
So they know her over, like, they be screaming every word over in Japan.
She's a global star.
I asked the question.
But not super. I took super out.
Okay.
To eliminate Japan screaming her name.
No, Bad Bunny is a global superstar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a point. I think you and I are saying the same thing.
No, I don't think we are.
So I don't think that Tyla should have gotten this Nike deal. I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel
no,
like
I thought you were talking about the global superstar part. I'm just like, just because she ain't from America, don't make her a global superstar.
No. That's all I was saying. I just want to understand.
Okay. Well,
go Tyla. I'm not. Listen, get your bag. Do your thing.
That Gap spot was cute. I'll give her that. See,
the Gap spot was cute. The Gap spot was cute.
She was dancing.
Yeah. She was dancing. It's crazy.
She was dancing. That's what Amani said. She a dancer. I said, no, she did dance in that spot. But speaking of influence, I want to have a conversation about Pharrell.
Let's have it.
And this was kind of spurred by the new Adidas shoe that he is dropping or has dropped, the Jelly something or the other. It's like one of the big, it's a big Adidas shoe. It looked like a Balenciaga to me. Yeah. Like the Balenciaga from like 2000, 2001.
Oh, those Balenciaga.
You know, like the big Balenciaga.
Those big chunky ones.
Yeah, the big chunky shoe. I think I got the year right. Maybe not. I don't know. Time during that era is not real. But then I started thinking, like, back to the conversation we were just having about Tyla and like who wants to be Tyla, who is she influencing? Is Pharrell influential? Do people want to be like Pharrell?
So when you say like Pharrell, I don't
like in the same way that
Pharrell
creatives wanted to be like Virgil.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can take the last 2-3 years of his career and just see him in that light. I think you have to look at him totally and what he has brought to culture, to art, and assess it from that vantage point.
Those are two different questions.
Okay.
Is he an icon? Is he a legend?
He's an icon. Yeah.
Is he a future legend?
Yeah.
At this very moment, do people want to be like Pharrell? Like, is the shoe going to do well?
I think the shoe is going to do as well as anticipated. I don't think they're about to run, but so many of these shoes out there.
Fair.
I think there's an audience for the shoe.
And I asked that because I saw today this Louis bag that was like Pharrell's iPod inspired Louis bags, and I was just like, who is this? I gotta show it to you. Who is this for? And like, hold on.
This?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't. First of all, no. First of all, why is it this fake screen? Like we're going back to the iPods.
So I guess back to my what I'm trying to ask: does Pharrell still
have the
juice? Did he ever really have the juice?
He had the juice, but are you talking about the juice for fashion in this way to be called the fashion?
For sure.
No, that's a good question. That's something that can be explored.
Keep scrolling on that carousel.
We're not done. It's supposed to be like a recorder, like a cassette player.
I don't know.
I get it. I do get it. I get it. I see what he's trying to do here. No, I don't. What I would think that he's trying to do here is nod, because he's
that's not
historically.
That's very on the nose.
But I'm saying, like, he's a musician. He's a creative director. He's trying to bring. He's trying to bring that in.
Look at the card holder, the cassette card holder.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's buying that? Who is this for?
Get Pharrell out of there. Oh wow, the comments. Bro keeps making it worse. Oh wow, this is not nice. This is not nice. I won't lie to you guys. All right, it sounds like the market is also kind of giving the same commentary. The flops just keep on coming in.
They need it.
What you think?
I don't get it. I don't like this. I don't think. I'm trying to, usually you have like one item or one kind of like silhouette that defines a creative director's like time. I haven't seen that.
He's been
kind
of all over the place.
Yeah. I'm struggling to think of like what is his, if he were to step away from Louis Vuitton right now, like what is his legacy at Louis?
I couldn't tell you.
Because the only thing that really comes to my mind, to mind is like the Tyler the Creator stuff, and I'm like, that was Tyler the Creator.
That was good. That was good. I could see a future where Tyler the Creator is.
I can too.
Yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about this. This obviously will be in the video episode. I want to like it, but I don't. You know that feeling where you like, I want him to do well.
Him to do really well.
But I don't like this.
Yeah.
But I'm also not designing anything for Louis Vuitton. So there's that.
Is he? I mean, he's not a designer by trade, so I mean,
yeah, that's a good question. I mean,
he's informing what that is. He's probably approving.
But isn't that what a creative director does? Some.
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Virgil wasn't a designer either.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Did you see the latest Supreme partnership with Ernie Barnes? Or I guess Ernie Barnes' estate, I should say. Mm-hmm. So if you're not familiar, Ernie Barnes is a Black artist. His work is really famous for the, what is it called? The Sugar Shack. Mm-hmm. It was used on the cover of Marvin Gaye's I Want You, I believe, was the single. Also
in Good Times.
Yeah,
credits
Good Times.
At the end.
Like your grandma probably had a replica, rip-off in the crib.
Y'all, they don't maybe having that in churches and stuff, like old churches. Like this is a part of Black history.
Exactly.
This is,
But when I think of Supreme putting this image on a shirt that all them little white kids about to line up and wear, I get the same feeling that I did
with them watermelons.
With them damn watermelons and denim tears. You know I'm never gonna let them tears rest. Okay, sleep with one eye open. But that's what I get with this too, where it's just like, I mean, I'm conflicted because I'm like, I love to see a Black artist get a look or whatever, but like most of the people who are gonna be walking around with this shirt aren't gonna appreciate it or get it. And like, I don't want to see, like, there's just some shit that just...
Yeah, that's just not for some brands.
Gatekeep.
I could not agree with that anymore. I 100% respect that. If there was a brand that you would want to do something like this, do you know who that could potentially be? Who do you see successfully being like, okay,
Barriers. So I think they're Queens-based. A Queens-based like streetwear brand. They do a lot of like paying homage to Black people, Black luminaries and things of that nature.
Oh, I have seen them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see them doing something and it feeling authentic, and I could see like Bricks and Wood, somebody like that.
Okay.
I guess somebody like a Black-owned streetwear brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for denim tears.
And then also what's interesting about this is, did you know Eddie Murphy purchased the original painting from the estate for like $50,000?
Not until you told me earlier today.
Yeah. And a replica was sold for like $15 million. I don't understand that at all. So don't quote me on that. But I saw that piece of information. At any rate, we'll see when you see these people in Portland walking by you with this on their shirt, how you feel then when you see it in real life.
I don't really see much Supreme in Portland, but sure.
Oh, well, I'm sure I might see it walking the streets. Would you get it though?
No, I'm not wearing
A Supreme.
I don't wear Supreme to begin with, and then like a button-up short sleeve, like it's just not my vibe, you know.
Gotcha. Thought I would ask. You know, I need to know what to put on birthday lists and things like that. Yeah. This is something not to put on there. All right, cool.
All right, and I guess the last thing we kind of wanted to get into, or I wanted to get into, is just like Doechii, just in general. I saw that she walked she's at Milan Fashion Week, and she walked the D Squared show, and I think she even performed with JT. I think that was still at the D Squared show. Maybe it was another show. I don't know. But she's obviously had a very big like year between her dropping the EP Alligator Bites Never Heal, to the Grammys, to
the Grammy performance, the Grammy wins.
The Grammy wins. You know, she had a little Super Bowl moment in there. She VO'd the Nike spot. You know, all the performance promoting the single Denali is a River. She's everywhere. Video? Yeah, the video. She's everywhere. So what's next, do you think, for Doechii? If you were advising her, if you were her creative director, what would be next?
Oh, damn. If I was her creative director, what would be next? She would continue to be everywhere. Mm-hmm. So like the Met Gala, showing up in these places. I think now she's established so much of herself, like with the art. The art has spoken for her. So she no longer has to speak to that. She no longer has to, I don't want to say she doesn't have to prove that part about herself anymore. Mm-hmm. That's part of it. And I think now it's about doing whatever it is that she actually, like, she wants to do. I think she's done that to a degree, but with the pressure of wanting to be like she has that star power where she's like, I want to be the best. I want to do the best that I can. I want whatever I do to be it, to be that. Where do we see her going? I mean, she's here to stay. I feel like she has staying power.
I do too.
And the last thing that I'll say is, like, we're considering, she put out a mixtape, so she's not even calling that an album.
Yeah. So we're still.
So you already know that she is like, this is just a taste. I still got so much in the tank. So I'm excited. I think like we're gonna continue to see more of her. And now being that, like that part, what I said, where she's proved herself, that means that brands aren't afraid to tap her. That means that, you know, her label isn't afraid to put money behind her. And I mean, she's on one of the hottest labels right now. So the world is her oyster. That's how I feel. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I think, number one, the performing arts kid like oozes out of her. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if she has other ambitions outside of just music. Like, I could see her being on Broadway. I could see her acting. Like, she just kind of gives me that energy a little bit. I mean, but first and foremost, I think the Met Gala, she should definitely be there if she's, I mean, because Tyla's about to be there, right?
Tyla is the co-chair.
Co-chair? Okay.
Hold on. That's another thing. How is she already co-chairing? Industry plan.
Saying, the body of work, just it's something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. You know, Water, cute song. The album itself, there were a couple bops on there. There were a couple bops on there.
You didn't like the album?
I said there was a couple bops. That's me saying it was cute.
Okay. Oh, she's part of the host committee. She's not a co-chair. She's part of the host committee.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't either. But thanks, somebody. Or at least we cleared it up, and I'm not giving
but I'm just
false
not,
information.
I'm just not understanding. Something just ain't adding up for me. But whatever. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tyla was like,
I think you are. I mean, I feel like she's getting a lot of upfront ops, but I think she's gonna.
They're putting a lot of money behind her.
They are. She's like somebody's
But
Trojan
anyway,
horse. All right, yeah. Go.
We're talking about Doechii.
We digress.
Doechii, I want to see her at the Met Gala. I want to see her at all the major fashion weeks, as it seems like we will be seeing. And then I want to see her back in the studio.
Yeah.
I want that album.
She's definitely gonna be. I mean, seemingly from what we can see, she never left the studio because it feels like every month or so it's a new song, or if she's featuring or something like that. So,
also, she has a very likable personality, and I feel like maybe it was just like a recent controversy that Homegirl had, where she just doesn't seem as like personable.
Tyla.
Yeah, as like.
How we get back to Tyla?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, we moved on. I'm just saying, Doechii has a very likable personality, bubbly personality. Like I said, you can tell she's like a performing arts.
She loves this.
Kid, like theater
with all
kid.
her whole heart. Yeah.
So yeah, big things for Doechii.
Yeah. That wraps up Above the Fold.
Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
We probably did.
We probably missed
like every time.
stuff, but
Every time after we stop recording, we're like, damn,
y'all let us know.
I mean, I know we missed a lot of shit that we missed in the past 5 months, but just in recent weeks.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for Guess That Spokesperson?
Yes.
There we go. All right. And for y'all that may have not seen this segment before, Guess That Spokesperson is where I give Janelle a brand and I give her 3 hints about who the spokesperson is. And she gets 3 yes or no questions to ask to ultimately lead to her guess. And we alternate this by episode. So the brand this week is CoverGirl. That should get on. You got a handful of people there. All right. And the individual, the girl, the CoverGirl that we're talking about here, she was a contestant on season 11 of Dancing with the Stars in 2005. She shares the birthday with Kelly Rowland. You already know who it is?
And this is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she was originally supposed to star in Set It Off with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Damn, so she got, okay, she was supposed to star and Set It Off.
She decided not to take the role because it could damage her. She didn't want it to damage her brand or image.
I don't even know where to start with this one. She was on Dancing with the Stars. Mm-hmm. She got the same birthday as Kelly Rowland. Mm-hmm. It was Kelly Rowland's birthday, y'all. That's the one that really
helped you.
That really helped. And she was supposed to be in Set It Off. What character was she supposed to be? Do you know?
What's the one with the child, the baby?
One that stayed crying and snotting all over the place. Yeah, you can't bring that bitch on a robbery.
Yeah.
Let me go rob a bank and you sitting over here snotting and crying. Girl, go sit in the car. So she's from, is she,
Go ahead.
Is she from that era of like was she doing?
Yeah. Yeah. She had a hit VH1 reality show. She was part of a hit VH1 reality show. Like, it was a good one.
A hit VH1 reality show. People probably scream at the, I haven't made.
She hasn't made a guess at all.
I only get one guess.
Question. She didn't ask any questions.
Yeah. No, I did. I asked a yes or no question.
Oh.
I asked if she was from the same. Was she in like move? Has she been in other movies?
Yes.
In that era. Okay.
I should also add that
reality
she
show.
did like a good run of cover girl like spots.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess.
You don't got no more yes or no's? Or you just can't think of like nothing's
No,
going
I
to you
do.
there?
Has she been in like a black cult classic film? You know who it is. Did he tell you who it was before? Because you over here like, oh, okay.
Has she been in a black cult classic film? She's in the black cult classic.
So was that a yes? But what was that?
Yes.
She's in a black cult classic.
I don't know
film.
if I would call it a black cult classic, but she been in black classics. Like black people in it. It's
You
classic.
know damn well that is not what I asked.
But
Is she in a black classic
No,
film?
she's not. She's not.
Oh damn! So it's definitely not who I was thinking. You really tripped me
If
up
I
with
give,
the reality
I
show.
can't give too much because
Okay,
because once you know who it is, you're gonna be like, yeah, there's only so many clues you can give before you would have just been giving it away.
I need a second to think, y'all.
Okay, you can take a second to think, but we got 30 seconds. And we'll cut this 30 seconds down.
Okay, we're gonna cut this 30 seconds down. You can like speed this part up. Have I asked all my yes or no's?
I believe so. That's fine. I give you 4 clues because I know that Kelly Rowland was like,
Yeah, Kelly Rowland was crazy.
All right, it's been 30 seconds.
I don't have a single. I ain't got a clue.
Are the clues not good enough? You feel like they're like too...
I say this every episode. We got to retool this game.
Okay, she was managed by Jay-Z's Rock Nation management firm. She had like dealings with Kobe Bryant.
Dealings.
Not dealings, but
The only person I can think of.
She's in a type of a black hole classic for sure.
Okay, I know. I kind of had a feeling it was this person.
yeah, because the
But-
Kobe gave it to you, didn't it? Go ahead,
No.
Go ahead. Who you feel like it is?
No, because this person is the only person I can think of that that I know is in a couple of CoverGirl spots because I do the archival shit. But when you said the movie, that kind of threw me off.
Oh,
When you said set it off, it kind of threw me off. Is this person... Can I ask one more yes or no question? Is it Brandy?
yes,
Okay.
yes, it's Brandy. Good
I did not know that she
job.
was managed by Rock Nation at one point. And also the VH1 wouldn't have... I was not thinking about...
Oh, the family business.
Forgot all
With
about
Ray
that.
J and
When
all
you
that.
said that, I was just like, oh, maybe she had an appearance on like Love and Ray J or something.
Yeah.
I forgot they
Yeah,
had
Brandy
that show.
Norwood.
That's when she was like crumbling on the floor.
And
That's where I came from.
Brandy, yeah. yeah.
Exactly.
'Cause she went to prom with Kobe. I knew that would have gave it away. Yeah. Good job. I didn't know what...
I needed a lot of help.
What kind of clues am I supposed to give? Like, how am I supposed to retool this to give you clues?
That's what I'm saying. We
gonna
got to
give it away?
retool the game.
Yeah.
The game is rigged, y'all.
Yeah. We'll see if she says that next episode.
Yeah, next episode when I tell you, oh, this person didn't do this, they didn't do that, and their birthday is the same as this motherfucker over here. The fuck?
I feel like I get really good clues, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you for playing and being a good sport.
Yes, great sport.
Now it's time for Going With Your Black Ads or That Ain't It. From the topics that we talked and discussed about today, which one do you feel like deserves the title, Going With Your Black Ads? And which one is That Ain't It?
I think I'm going to give Going With Your Black Ads to... I think I might give it to ASAP and Raven.
Okay.
It was between them and Asia. But I feel like the Asian news is just kind of... I mean, that Ray-Ban stuff is just a bit more relevant right now. And That Ain't It. Ooh.
Who gets that today?
Ooh. I'm going to fuck y'all up with this one.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm not going to say who you think I'm going to say.
What are you going to say?
Supreme and Ernie Barnes.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
I didn't say. I'm not going to say it.
All right. I'm going to give Going With Your Black Ads to Doechii.
Okay.
Just because to know and like to look and like know her story even more now, post the Grammy wins, post the drop of her mixtape, and seeing all the flowers and accolades and things like that she's in the ops she's getting now. But to look at those videos from 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago and see her on her grind and knowing what she wanted and talking about it, that's inspiring. One, because being an artist and seeing that, it's like, yo, she was relentless at going after it, and now it's just amazing and beautiful to see her blooming.
Shout out to Florida. Or her, just her. I got a little carried away.
Okay.
Got a little carried away. You know?
Okay. Got it. What you call herself? Swamp Princess? And what you call yourself?
What do you mean what I call myself?
If she the Swamp Princess, who are you?
I'm from the swamp.
What?
I'm from Miami. I'm a city girl.
Oh, okay. Period. And I'm gonna give That Ain't It to Nike and Tyla.
Oh, what?
I just don't understand. Like, I just don't. Yay. I'm not upset about it, but I'm not thrilled about it. And that's just a personal opinion from little old me. So I'm going to give that to...
I meant to bring this up when we were talking about Megan, but like I said, I find it... We talked about everybody has a tequila, but not many people have nice glassware.
Not many people have this.
I know.
Not many have this. Shout out to St. Huron.
Yeah. Y'all need to diversify the portfolio, okay?
Period. Like, there's more out here to do than a liquor brand. Cool. That wraps up another episode of Witcha Black Ads. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So happy to be back for season 3-ish. We got some heat coming y'all way.
Sounds like a Kenya Bears production.
Oh my God. Yeah, why would you say his name? Thank y'all for tapping in. As always, like, follow, subscribe, and more coming your way soon. See y'all soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. God. That's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.